Well, Osama Nazzal is a Palestinian affairs analyst and joins us live now from Jenin in occupied West Bank. Osama, a pretty damning report out today, and not damning for UNRWA, but for Israel, saying that Israel has provided no evidence that staff were involved with Hamas in the October the 7th attacks, backing up, Osama, what we've been hearing all along.
Yeah, of course, Israel did not provide any evidence because the Israeli propaganda since the start of its war on the Palestinian people, mainly in the Gaza Strip, is aimed to dehumanize all the people of Palestine and the organizations, the international organizations that are working for the benefit of the Palestinian refugees in accordance with the laws and with the conventions of the United Nations, and with the purpose for which such organizations were established, mainly the UNRWA. UNRWA has been targeted by the Israeli occupation government many years ago, and we all remember in 2017 when the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu asked the American administration at that time to stop funding the UNRWA, and the former American President Donald Trump responded to that and defunded UNRWA. So we are talking about an Israeli plan to end the existence of UNRWA as one of the pillars of the Palestinians' lives, as we are talking about hundreds of thousands of Palestinian refugees, mainly in the Gaza Strip.
So is this, as we heard in that report from Mohammed, was this about eliminating the right to return for Palestinians, in your opinion?
For sure, UNRWA has a materialistic importance in terms of providing education and health services for hundreds of thousands of Palestinian refugees, and it has its symbolic importance as its creation coincided with a problem of the Palestinian refugees when they were expelled from their homeland. And this international organization reminds the people and the world that there is a key problem in the Middle East, which is the Palestinian refugees who were expelled from their homeland. And according to the United Nations resolutions, these people, these refugees, have the right of return to the towns and villages from which they were expelled in 1948. So this symbolic value of UNRWA is targeted by the Israeli occupation, as Israel is trying to eliminate the Palestinians' right of return, because when we talk about the Palestinians' right of return, we are talking about return to Safad, Haifa, Jaffa, and the towns that were taken over by Israel in 1948 from their indigenous owners, the people of Palestine.
And Osama, how badly have Israel's accusations affected the Palestinian Aid Agency? With what repercussions? And also, what of its funding? Now that this report says that there is no evidence, can we expect that to be reinstated?
First of all, UNRWA, as I said, is playing a very important humanitarian role in all the occupied Palestinian territories, and at the same time for the Palestinian refugees in Lebanon, Jordan, Syria, and other areas. So its existence as an international organization is key to the existence of hundreds of thousands of the Palestinian people. And we saw in your report the people from Al-Jalazon refugee camp, how they are dependent completely on the UNRWA service and the UNRWA financial and medical help for them. Now, the Israeli propaganda and the Israeli policy, which unfortunately was supported by the United States administration and some other Western countries, affect the course of work of UNRWA. And at the same time, we saw how the UNRWA institutions were targeted by the Israeli war jets, and how many of aid workers affiliated with UNRWA were targeted and killed, and others were injured. So Israel sets the policy against the UNRWA and implements it on the ground. At the same time, it's trying to convince other countries to follow this policy and defund UNRWA in order to end the Palestinian refugees' right of a return.
Osama, thank you very much. Osama Nazzal, Palestinian affairs analyst, speaking to us live from Jenin.